a little earlier. There will be a ceremony on the road. So we'll just stand in here right now. No. You play everything through your commercials, and then when you're done with everything.
Good evening, sports fans in Northwest Ohio. On a sun-drenched field here in Northwest Ohio, it's Liberty Center Tiger football. They are at home entertaining the visiting Montpelier Locomotives. Last week, Montpelier, for the second straight year, won a double overtime victory over the Hicksville Aces. This time, the score was 26-20. Montpelier comes in with perhaps one of the hugest interior lines you're ever going to see here in Northwest Ohio on one team. They go 6'1", 290, 6'9", 275, 6 foot, 260, 6'1", 250, and 6'4" and 205. Jim, it sounds like a pretty heavy meat package to me. By the way, Tigers will be at full strength tonight after conduct rules taken care of. And now, set for the kick, Liberty Center is receiving here in the first half. Montpelier kicking off from the right hash. Back deep for Liberty Center, number 35, Troy Westoven, and number 7, Nick Parasini. Parasini takes it on the 10, to the 15, across the 20, breaks outside, gets across the 30-yard line, out to the 32-yard line. Jim, there was only one man left.
That's true. He picked his way real nicely there, and just about one more block, and he would have been gone. I think this will be a nice test for the Liberty Center linemen, who really established themselves last week as possibly the premier line in the area, allowing only 45 total yard offense last week when they beat Tenora. So we'll see how they do against all the size that Montpelier Locomotives bring.
Yeah, Liberty chalked up about 400 yards of total offense. Montpelier had about 200 against Hicksville. Wing left formation, give to Silvas off the left side, breaks a tackle in the middle, across the 40, pulls 2 more tacklers, now he breaks into the open. He's got one man to beat, and dragged down from behind on the 40-yard line. A 30-yard gallop for Brett Silvas. Brett broke about 4 tackles along the way, spun loose, and got up to or down to the other 40, inside the 40-yard line. They're going to spot the football on Montpelier's 38. Jim, what a piece of running.
Oh, what a play that was. Tigers coming out of the box ready to go, showing excellent execution.
Cordes split out on a wing right. Here is the give to Collins. Collins breaks a tackle at the 35, stays on his feet down to the 30-yard line. Second down and short for Liberty Center.
Spike, this is a quarterback we haven't seen this year. Scott Overmeyer did not play in the season opener, but he's out there now and handling the ball with some real slipperiness back there.
Yeah, pretty smooth looking. Tigers now with a second down and a short 2. Ball resting on Montpelier's 30-yard line. Collins and Silvas in the backfield. Cordes wing right. Tight end left is Spangler. Here's the reverse to Cordes. Cordes breaks another tackle down to the 20-yard line. A gain of 9 yards on the play. Boy, Jim, it's just so doggone hard to follow that Tiger football. They are so smooth.
It is, and we saw several wrinkles in their ground game last week, which wasn't really smooth. That was the first game, and some suspensions in place, and so they didn't have it all ironed out. But boy, they've got execution really working right now.
Tight end on the right, Ryan Strayer. Center, Blake Lindgren. Guards Moeller and Miller. Here is the give to Silvas behind some great blocking down to the 10, inside the 5, rambles down, and it's a touchdown! How do you bring a guy like that down, Jim? He refused to go down. A 20-yard gallop for the touchdown for Liberty Center. With 10:25 remaining here in the first half, Liberty Center on about 7 running plays goes the distance for the touchdown.
And not a penalty in sight, Spike, and that kind of cleanness and crispness here in the second game's got to make the Liberty Center coaching staff quite happy. But for a ground game, they mixed it up, went this way, went that way, had some good hard running by the backs, and put 6 up in a hurry on their first possession.
Tigers set to kick, Thunderfoot, Spangler back. Holder. Kick is up, and that splits the uprights. It is good. The holder, Rob Shaddy, and the Tigers lead it 7-0. Well, 2 great runs highlighted that series. Brett Silvas, just amazing. Refused to go down, and the Tigers doing a great job on the offensive line, pushing the much bigger defensive line of Montpelier around. And once into the secondary, I tell you what, Silvas can't weigh more than about $170, but he busted through there like he weighed about 309.
Oh, yes, indeed. And there's just so much pride beginning to form with this line here. The Tigers know that they're something special to a man, and they're working like a team, and they just say, bring it on. And wow, what holes there were for the backs to get started. And as you pointed out, the backs know what to do with it when they do get that step into the secondary.
Kicking off for Liberty Center, number 82, Spangler. On the kickoff team, pick out some of the numbers here quick. We've got number 7, Nick Parasini. Number 2, Matt McClure. Over on the other side, 21, Jeremy Babcock. We've got number 33, Dustin Salmi. Tigers with a lot of speed in there. High end over end kick coming down at about the 15-yard line. Brought to the right side, running backwards, and snowed in right there. No gain on the return at all. All east and west, and several Tigers had him hemmed in over there. Number 53, Brian Dotson in on a hit, along with number 22, Nate Bear. Several Tigers in there. Now the Tigers get set on defense. Setting up on the defensive line, Blake Lindgren, the nose guard. Number 71, I believe, that's Myers. Here is the give off that right side. Maybe a yard gain on the play. Tigers stuffed that up. gain of about 2. It'll be second down and a or a long 7. Okay, yeah, replacing Spangler at the left defensive, replacing Furco is Spangler over there. Defensive end on the other side is Nate Cordes. Here's a little pass over there in the flats. Caught, breaks a tackle. He got one man left. Strayer dives, can't get him. Keller down the field and gets him from behind. Number 86, Joe Keller. Jim didn't have an angle, but he hung on and made a shoestring tackle.
Oh, he did. And number 2, Tim Decker for the Locomotives, made a reception out there in the flat and showed a good run up the sideline. I might mention that Montpelier feels one of their strong points here tonight is their quarterback. Their quarterback is very fast, which might make him a little bit elusive as they try to pressure him. So that was a big pass and moved the ball a long ways.
53-yard play. Now a deep pitch into the backfield. That'll go maybe for a yard loss. Liberty Center all over the deep pitch man. 53-yard gain on the pass. 9:18 to go here in quarter number 1. Liberty leads it 7-0. But the Locomotives have the ball on Liberty Center's 32-yard line. It'll be second down and 12. Matt Schwab, number 67, and Chris Box, number 56, the defensive tackles. Now the Tigers show blitz. Here comes Babcock from the outside, and number 35, Westhoven, comes in and nails him in the backfield. Another 5-yard loss.
Oh, Spike, it doesn't matter how quick the Montpelier quarterback is. When there's pressure like that, he's either going to eat the ball or pitch it up for something not very good. So it just a good way to meet that pass is pressure, and it was there.
Tigers with Miller, Jesse Miller, Todd Moeller, and Troy Westhoven as linebackers. Now back to throw, throws over the right flats. It's caught and brought down immediately. Great pass coverage from his linebacker position. Jesse Miller, along with Keller, bring him down for about only a 3-yard gain. It'll be fourth down and 12 on Liberty Center's 32.
Once again, that pass to Tim Decker, and though he was well covered, he had good sure hands on that, and the ball was there, and of course he caught it. So down the road, they've got to look at him as a viable receiver. Two good receptions already.
Defensive backs for Liberty Center, Joe Keller, Brett Silvas, and number 21, Jeremy Babcock. 2 wideouts to either side. I formation, rushed by Bach. It's got rid of, though, and finally brought down. Number 67, Matt Schwab, slowed him down and helped up down there around the 25, and Montpelier runs out of downs. The Liberty Center will take over. They'll have the ball on their own 24-yard line. 7:21 to go here in the first quarter.
Great pressure by Spangler. Todd Spangler on that rush there really pressured the quarterback. Even though he was able to complete it, he was moving for all he's worth to avoid the tremendous rush there by Todd Spangler.
Now Tigers set with Cordes over on a wing right. 2 back set. Here's the give to Silvas. Got a great hole. Spins off one tackle. Breaks across the 30 and up to the 34. Boy, Jim, that's awfully close to first down yardage right there. It'll be second and very short.
Oh, they had a nice hole for him there to go through. Good blocking on that left side, left offensive line of the Tigers, creating a nice hole there.
Well, the guard on the left side, Todd Moeller, and the tackle, number 56, Chris Box. Tigers now with the same formation. 2 tight ends, wing right. Here is the give to Silvas. Silvas behind a block. Battles his way up and around the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 7 yards and another Tiger first down. Well, Jim, all that size for Montpelier so far has been negated by Liberty Center's ability to fire out. A super job tonight again on the offensive line.
Tigers aren't small, but they're not. They can't weigh out like the Montpelier line, but they're strong. Tigers maybe in better shape.
Yeah, and certainly it's a warm night, 86 degrees at game time. Here's the deep pitch to Collins going the other way. He breaks a couple tackles and brought down from behind up near the 45-yard line. We'll call it a gain of 3 on the play, bring up 2nd down and 7.
Locomotive starting to crowd that line of scrimmage in an effort to shut down the run, so one of these times Overmeyer is going to step back and go over the top.
Good point, Jim. I think you may see that here anytime. We're going to call out a 4-yard gain, 2nd down and 6. Liberty Center on their own 44-yard line. 5:55 to go here in quarter number 1. Montpelier with 8 men in the box. Here's the give to the second back. That's Silvas over there. And Silvas rambles for about 7 and another Tiger first down. Liberty Center simply relentless in their pursuit of another score.
You know, Spike, at some point we're going to have to talk to the coaching staff and just find out how many different options they have on the run. They've got just variations, a little motion here, a little motion there, a little misdirection. That all adds to confusion. That the defense, time they wake up to where the ball is, Tigers have got some yardage.
Well, Montpelier squeezing closer and closer to the line. Here's Collins. Collins with a nice hole. He smashes forward down across the 45, down to the 43. Gain of about 6 on the play. No. There we go, the first flag of the game. That'll go against Liberty Center. Some sort of a procedure call.
Too much fancy motion at the wrong time.
Now checking into the game for the first time on offense this season, number 2, Matt McClure.
Mike is there, isn't he, Matt?
Yeah, that's Matt. Checking out will be the tight end on the right side, number 26, Ryan Strayer. Liberty Center now faced with a 1st and 15 on their own 46. McClure split wide to the right and catch the number here on the wide split left. That's Cordes. Pass slightly high. Good hard tight spiral, but just slightly out of the reach of Cordes. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 15 from the Tigers' own 46. Matt McClure, one of the 4 legs of the relay team, stays in the game. I'm sure he'll be split out wide again. Now this time he's going to be split wide left, and Cordes will be split wide to the right in the backfield. So the tight end on that right side, I believe Spangler, will be eligible. Back to throw, Overmeyer, he looks. He's got Spangler over there, tight end position. He breaks a couple tackles and drags 3 more down to the 46-yard line. Gain of about 9 on the play. It'll bring up 3rd down and 6.
Excellent pass protection by the offensive line. He had plenty of time to check off his targets and finally settle on the tight end over there. Tigers' offensive and defensive line, Spike, it almost sounds like a broken record, but these guys are good.
Tigers are going to come out with that same set. Silvas and Collins in the backfield. Cordes in his wing, split wide to the right sideline. Here's the give straight ahead. Now it's Silvas. No, it's Collins at the 20. He's at the 15. He's at the 10, at the 5. And dives into the end zone for another Tiger touchdown. Another piece of Tiger trickery there, Jim. I was sure it was Silvas around the right end, but it was Collins on the quick hitter up the middle, and he busted that sucker for 44 yards and another score.
Chad Collins can really burst through that line of scrimmage, Spike, if there's just a crack there. I mean, he pops through there, and, you know, it's just a foot race there, and unless they've got a hard angler looking him right in the chops, there's no way they're going to get him, and he sails in there for a nice, long, good touchdown run.
Here's the snap, set down good, kick up, and Thunderfoot drives it through, and Liberty Center leads. Still with 4 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in quarter number 1. They lead it 14-0 here in Football Town, Titletown, USA. All right, try to go over some of our sponsors for this year. These people have made it possible for us to bring you these TV5 broadcasts. And to welcome a new sponsor to the lineup, we have The Dugout, owned by Steve and Catherine Parasini, specializing in soft serve ice cream and assorted sandwiches. Also, we have Pisanello's Pizza, owned by Craig and Sherry Myers, and their specialty, their $4.95 buffet. That's on Monday through Saturday from 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., and also from Sunday through Thursday evenings from 4 to 8 p.m. We've got Spiece Trailer Court, Dave Perry, owner of Dave's Auto Service, and Dave's tank is back. He's got a new pump. Here's the end-over-end kick. Comes down around the 6-yard line. He's got a cordon of blockers, but hemmed in and brought down just across the 20. Good Tiger coverage on that high end-over-end kickoff. Also, we have Dave's Running Shop in Delta. Dave's will supply all your needs and desires in athletic shoes and apparel. 4:08 here in quarter number 1, and Jim, so far it's been all Liberty Center.
Oh, it has, and Tiger offense is just there, very smooth. You know, they had awesome trying some different people in different spots last week, and it was first game, but here we are, Tigers looking very good offensively and defensively.
Well, a dive play off the left side of the offensive line of Montpelier goes nowhere, even perhaps a yard loss. Lingering on the hit. That'll bring up 2nd down and 10. Also, we have Terry and Mary Lou Bowers, owners of Liberty Enterprises. We have Skip Miller, owner of Miller Brothers Trucking. Kyle Kern of KK Collision. Norm Zeider, owner of Swanton Welding, and the Henry County Bank. Back to throw, good pressure from Spangler. He's got him wrapped up and dead. Sacarino! Nate Cordes coming in from the other side. The 2 defensive ends swarm him over, and it's going to be a huge loss for the Locomotives. About a 12-yard loss. It'll bring up 3rd down and 22. All the way back to the 13-yard line. Jim, so far the line play has been totally dominated by Liberty Center. Just unbelievable.
Yeah, the Locomotives have been winning in just sheer weight or numbers on the program, but when the kickoff began, the Tigers showed their superiority on the line.
3rd down and 18, 2 wideouts either side. Here's the fake up the middle, quarterback keeper, and that goes maybe for a yard gain. That's going to be about it. Lemon, the quarterback, only goes 150 pounds, Jim. I'm not sure he wants to be doing that an awful lot. Now into the game for Liberty Center on 4th down. Matt Leininger, number 51. Number 64, Lucas Bodenbender. Number 33, Salme. 55, Zach Gramling. Here's the snap. Here's the fake. Throws upfield and tipped away by Parasini. Parasini read it. He was one of the deep backs. He came up, and the ball hung there long enough, and Nick alertly tipped it away when it could have been anybody's ball. And now the Tigers will take over with great field position on the Locomotive 14-yard line.
I think that just shows what Locomotives will do for a quick surprise or maybe a piece of luck coming their way, Spike. That was, nobody should have pulled that, but they thought, well, we'll try it. If it works, we're going somewhere.
Well, I'll tell you what, it was an awful big play. They didn't need that many yards, and it gives straight ahead to Collins. He bursts forward and pulls 2 tacklers down inside the 10 to the 7-yard line. Gain of about 8 on the play. We'll bring up we're going to say about 2nd down and 2 on the 7-yard line.
I don't have the stats on Collins at this point, but he's piling up a lot of yards here in the first quarter alone.
Well, the Tigers have probably got at least 120 yards rushing already. Collins, the wing to the right. Here's the deep pitch to Silvas. Silvas fights off a tackle, following a block of Gramling down inside the 5 to the 4, and it's a Liberty Center 1st down. Gain of about 3 on the play. 1st and goal on the 4-yard line for the Tigers. 1:26 to go here in quarter number 1. And the jubilant chain gang on the other side able to throw down their sticks. As they watch with glee, veteran squad that it is. Here's the give to Silvas around that left side, dances into the end zone for another Tiger touchdown. Jim, the score's 20-0. My, oh my, oh my. Nobody thought it would be this easy.
Yeah, what a first quarter offensively for the Tigers. I mean, it just was not this smooth last week, but it was the first game, and, well, we're even looking at a new quarterback tonight. But, wow, this running game is just power, and then the quick burst of speed by Collins when warranted, and they just very methodical in offense. They were able to do almost anything.
Here's the snap, the hold by Shaddy, kick by Thunderfoot, tails to the right, and it will be no good. But the Tigers hold a commanding 20-0 lead with 1:08 to go here in quarter number 1. Go over some of the rest of our year-long sponsors here. Without these people, of course, we wouldn't be able to bring these broadcasts to you. We have Davis Farm Services, by Karen Davis. We have B.A. Miller and Sons Trucking, owned by Norma Miller. We have the Mid-Am Bank in Liberty Center. Holgate Metal Fab with Jeff Spangler. And we also have L.R. Babcock Plumbing and Heating, located in Napoleon. And some of the parents who are sponsoring their sons tonight. We've got Rick Rhonda and Brittany Miller for their son Jesse, son and brother Jesse. We have Bob and Julie Shaddy for their son Rob. We have Bill and Deb Wesche, Tom and Cindy Overmeyer for their son Scott, Mike and Diane Keller for their son Joe, John and Deb McClure for their son Matt. Here's the high end over end kickoff coming down at about the 9-yard line. Taken there, breaks a couple of tackles and battles his way up across the 25-yard line up to the 27. Good return for the Locomotives. We also have Rex and Kay Lindgren for their son Blake, Bob and Ruth Ann Cordes for their son Nathan, and we have the Schwabs, Dave Nanette, and then Abby and Andrew for their son and brother Matt. Also like to mention a special set of sponsors. It's the Grand Exalted Order of Porch Coaches, the Thursday night chapter in Liberty Center. We'll get you those names here in a moment. Montpelier lining up, 2 wideouts to the right, drops back, has time, lofts it out there. A great job, and it's intercepted! What a catch by Babcock! I don't believe it! Babcock went up, played the tip drill, but there was no one there but him, so he caught it himself. It's a Tiger interception. They take over on Montpelier's 43-yard line.
That's just as good an interception as you'll ever see, and that was right in front of the coaching staff, Spike, so Babcock is a hero right now, and he did a very good job as a quarterback last week. They threw him in there with very little practice, but he handled the ball well, and he's just a good guy to have on a team, but what an interception on that play.
Now the Tigers have Zach Gramling, 55, at tight end over on the left. Cordes now in motion right. Give to Silvas off the right side. Silvas breaks a tackle. He's at the 30, at the 20. They're not going to get him. They're not going to get him. It's a Tiger touchdown. The 4th Tiger touchdown here in quarter number 1. There's still 48 seconds to go, and Liberty Center leads it 26-0. Jim, who said Liberty Center didn't have any speed? Who said they didn't have any blocking? Well, you doubters, to you I say bull.
Yeah, it's all Tigers here tonight, and this bodes well for the program and for all the boys that's been practicing and working hard all summer. We're going to see a lot of numbers, a lot of new faces here late in the game, and well, Tigers look polished. I mean, they're in mid-season form, Spike.
Now kick wafts over to the left side, and that trails off no good. But nevertheless, Liberty Center leads it 26-0. 48 seconds to go here in quarter number 1. Now, we'd like to mention that Grand Exalted Order of Porch Coaches, the Thursday night chapter in Liberty Center. We've got Dave Silvis, Tom Overmeyer, Jeff Spangler, Chris Zacharias, Rick Miller, Mike Mann, Bob Shaddy, Dan Brown, and Jim Wise. Certainly veterans of the athletic wars around Liberty Center down through the years. Tigers set to kick. Spangler doing the honors. Here's his same high end over end kick. Coming up just a little shorter than usual at the 12. Takes it around the left side and brought down right away. Number 22, Nate Bear. Nate Bear, a 5'10 sophomore. Also on that kickoff team, Brian Dotson, Brad Howe, Neil Carter, to name just a few. Now Montpelier, clock at 44 seconds here in the first quarter. They will take over on their own, we're going to call it 22-yard line. Mix up in the backfield and stopped right on the spot by number 50, Furco. Matt Furco, a 5'8 senior, 190 pounds, from his defensive end on the left side.
I don't know, is that so much of a mix-up as Matt Furco making excellent penetration there, and the quarterback wanted to hand the ball off, but he was staring right at number 50, right, and decided there's no handoff here, and Furco sacked him for a nice loss.
Now Montpelier comes out, shows 3 wideouts, 2 on the Tigers' defensive left and 1 out there on the right. Now we've got a delay of game. 2 seconds showing on the clock. It'll be a 5-yard walk-off. It'll be leaving Montpelier facing a 2nd down and 15. And I would imagine, Jim, at this point, I don't imagine they're going to be able to change their, they'd have any reason to change their play with the 3 wideouts. Just a momentary huddle, probably a quick reminder for the snap count. Back to throw, looking to his right, gets rid of it, but smoked back there. Box in there, also Furco and Spangler. And that's the clock mercifully running out on the Montpelier Locomotives here in only quarter number 1. It's Liberty Center leading it by a score of 26-0 for the Locos.
Spike, I can't say enough about the dominance of the line play of the Tigers. Defensively, when they want to put pressure on the quarterback, they're just swarming on him, even though he's a quick-footed, light guy. And he's been taking some real abuse back there at the hands of Furco and Spangler and just a bunch of guys in there on him. Well, then he wants to pass the ball, and no, nothing doing, even from the shotgun. So I just have to say that the line play of the Tigers is so dominating that Montpelier is glad for a quarter break, and I don't know, they're scratching their heads trying to figure out, well, what will work? What can we do to negate that line play? I mean, all that strength and size they have up front right now is getting them exactly nothing.
Well, I'll tell you what, Jim, you start running down some of the names of these kids that are back from last year, and then a few that have stepped up to fill what few gaps there were in the offense and defensive lines. Definitely a Tiger strong point, and there's no doubt why Liberty Center's as tough as they are. This whole thing is all around the fact that Liberty Center's owned the line of scrimmage, and boy, now the Tiger runners are just they're pinning their ears back and going. Yep. Montpelier now with the 3rd down and 15 on their own 17-yard line. They've got a wide out spread to each side. Quarterback has to come racing in from the sideline, huffing and puffing. Backs lined up in an eye, drop straight back. Here's a little flip over to the sideline. And nothing doing there. Great coverage over there by that cornerback on the left side for the Tigers. I believe that's Babcock over there on that side. No gain on the play, and the Tigers, with good help from the defensive line, had him smoked in. There was nowhere to go, Jim.
Yeah. You know, that number 2 is a gutty player for the Locomotives, that Tim Decker. He's got a lot of letters. He's been playing ball for some time, but he just outmanned when he's looking at the defense.
Lone defensive back, number 7, Nick Parasini for Liberty. Here's a short kick. That's going to go nowhere and bounces off a Liberty Center Tiger, but recovered down there around the 25-yard line. Liberty probably will get it.
58, it was off his helmet. It was off
Neil Carter's helmet. Boy, that could have been dangerous, Jim. That could have been recovered by the Locomotives. A very short punt. Travels about 12 yards in the air from the original, or from the line of scrimmage. Now the Tigers with the 3rd straight possession of excellent field position.
Changing quarterback.
Yep. Now into the game for Liberty Center. The incumbent, number 4, Rob Shaddy, seeing his first action of the season. He's got Cordes, wing right, Collins and Silvas in the backfield. Tight end Spangler on the left and Strayer on the right. Give to Collins straight ahead. Breaks a tackle at the 5, and they're not going to touch him either. Jim, one play from 25 yards out. Liberty Center now up 32-0. Jim, it was over 5 yards into the secondary.
Yeah, and I was watching the blocking on the right side, and the ball didn't even come that way. But these guys are so intent on carrying out their assignments. I was watching Furco there in particular. He went down and got in on the action. And that's execution. I mean, these guys are good, and everybody's got an assignment, whether it's, to your side, over your hole, or what. But they're just doing it. And I don't know whether it's all the iron they've been pumping or just the fact that they've got a storied past. They've been to the state playoffs here big time in the last couple of years. But, wow, what line play.
That one, line drives through. Tigers take up their lead now to 33-0. 11:09 to go here in quarter number 2. Jim, that's the 3rd Tiger touchdown in the last 4.5 minutes. For Liberty Center on that right offensive line, the guard, number 59, Jesse Miller, and the tackle on that side, I believe, is Schwab. Well, we'll check that out when the Tigers get the ball back again. 33-0. Jim, we're seeing shades of last year already, and the coaches with the younger team, this is great, but are we already faced with the fact of going to some of the next in line people when these kids haven't even got their feet wet yet this year?
Well, I think you're right, but that's it. The Tigers, they go very deep in a lot of positions. Now, they lost some really brilliant skill position players last year, and, of course, you win the state championship one year and you go back and get a runners-up the next year. I mean, you're graduating some really talented people, but these guys have watched, they've learned, and now it's their turn. We're looking at the Tigers of '99, and they're getting it done.
Now, Tigers kickoff team out there. Jim, as we look out there, you got Spangler to kick off. And besides that, I don't believe there's another guy with the exception of maybe Babcock who weighs 150 pounds. But boy, are they quick. Here is the kick. End over end, down the middle of the field, coming down at about the 7. Now takes it off to the right side and hit and snowed under by about 6 Tigers. In on the stop. One of them, Brian Dotson, also number 22, Nate Bear. McClure. Jim, I have just too many bodies to try to pick out the tackler on that one. You folks at home, I'm sure if you're taping it, you'll be able to figure that one out later. Now the Tigers with a few changes on defense. Into the secondary, number 33, Dustin Salmi, 130-pound sophomore. Keller still in the game over on that left cornerback. Nate Bear is the safety, number 22. Linebackers, Zach Gramling. And number 3, Nate Zeiter. Here is the give, straight up the middle, and brought down by Zeiter.
Yeah,
gain of about, we're going to call it about 6 on the play. Tigers now with a lot of their next line players in there. Matt Leininger in there to tackle for the Tigers. Actually at nose guard.
Spike, it's so good to have some young players get the feel of this game action right now. It's just so good.
Gramling, one of the linebackers. Here is the give straight ahead. He burrows forward, nothing there. Met by Gramling and number 58, Neil Carter. Also in the game, number 70, Brad Simbola to tackle.
65, Kyle Leatherman in there.
Kyle Leatherman, number 65. Brad Howe, linebacker, defensive end over on the left side. Kane Myers at tackle. Pillier with two wideouts to the right. Drops back to throw, has a little bit of time, throws it out there, and caught up across the 30. It'll be a Montpelier first down. Montpelier fans exploding over on the other side.
Bayer on the stop.
Yep, Bear on the stop. Well, you know, Jim, now we appreciate the Tiger starters in that defensive backfield. Now there's a flag on the play. We've got a defensive holding on Liberty Center, it appears. But, you know, we've got an all-new backfield. We've got an all-new linebacker core. But you see the tight coverage that the Tigers have been able to show here so far, these first two games. So, how much have we really lost? We lost a lot of speed, but, you know, these Tigers just keep coming back tougher and stronger, more determined every season.
Yep. And they learn so much. This program is from the grassroots properly approached in the essence that even in junior high and freshman, they know what they're supposed to be looking at. They're learning fundamentals, and of course, it's a storied tradition, and it is a program now, Spike. And these young players out here getting a taste of action here in a home opener. This is just wonderful.
Give off that right side, couple of tackles broken, and finally, bulldog down over there by number 55. That's Zach Gramling, a 5'10 junior linebacker. You know, Gramling with a lot of talent, but he's backing up a lot of talent. So, big hit there. Second down and 3, gain of 7 for Montpelier. Ball on the Tiger 45-yard line.
Ben Mold in the game now, number 36.
Ben Mold, okay, number 36. Clock stopped at 9:39, two wide outs to the left. Back to throw, Lemon. His little swing over there, caught, and that's good for a first down. Tackle made over there by number 58, Neil Carter. Clock stops on the first down. Well, this veteran chain gang crew, Jim, getting a pretty good workout tonight, and once again, they've got to go. You know, that's hard on a guy in his knees, you know, when they have the strain and the pressure, and then they're constantly on the go like that. But they're a veteran crew, and I'm sure they've worked out the little nuances. Here's a give off the left side. Runs right past the Tiger, all the way down to the 20-yard line.
Keller on the stop.
Keller and Salmi on the tackle. Montpelier starting to kick up their heels a little bit. Hey, same thing that the Tigers were doing to the Locomotives. Now they burst through our line, and all of a sudden it's some big gains.
I think these substitutes in there now for the Tigers, or many of them, they're going to stiffen up and know what's going on. This is a little different than scrimmage and practice. This is live action.
Well, they're giving away about 80 pounds apiece on that line. Here's that little flare out there on the right, caught at the 12, breaks the tackle, down inside, and it's good for a touchdown. Montpelier goes over the top and scores from 19 yards out on that little sideline pass. He broke a couple tackles on the way in and dove into the end zone. And the score with 9 minutes to go in quarter number 2, Liberty Center leading it 33-6. You know, now all of a sudden, Jim, the Montpelier quarterback has got some time to set up and throw, and he's got some time to wait until his receivers can get downfield and run their patterns. And they've been throwing underneath the coverage. Yeah. Quarterback rolls to the right, looking into the end zone, and he's going to take it in for the two-point conversion. The receiver took his man deep, and he just flat out beat everybody else to the sideline. 33-8, Liberty Center.
Now, this Montpelier quarterback took some hammering there in the early going when the Tigers had their first string defense in there on the line. But he is a nice athlete. He can scramble. He's got good, quick feet, and he can throw a nice pass given the opportunity. And if his receivers have time to run a pattern out there. So, just a little bright spot there for the Locomotives. But still, the Tigers in complete control, 33-8.
Well, Liberty Center right now is still leading comfortably at 33-8, but some of this string of easy games may be coming to a halt. Evergreen, after a big pasting, putting on Holgate last week, 55-20, and now they're definitely the favored team tonight in a game against Delta. So they'll be coming into Tigertown huffing and puffing. They'll be looking to, or actually Liberty Center travels to Evergreen, excuse me.
Yeah.
So Evergreen may be looking for something. They've got that one real good running back in McIntosh. Takes it, Westhoven takes it on the 15 and returns all the way back up to the 35-yard line. Nice return. Cut it up the middle and straight upfield. 8:55 to go. Tigers coming out with, it appears, a mixture of strings 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Well, primarily number 1 team. Yeah, that's Westhoven, number 35, Westhoven in the backfield in place of Silvis. Here's a give to Collins, cuts it inside 2 blocks, stays on his feet across the 45 to the 47 and a first down. 2 great blocks out there by Keller and Westhoven, and Collins expertly and alertly followed them for an 11-yard gain.
Collins had good balance there. He got tripped up, and he was just a little disgusted that he couldn't get his feet under him for some more yards. But it takes more than just a bump to knock him down, and coaches really like that, that can take a lick and still keep on running.
Well, and those were secondary people the Tigers were blocking out there, not a defensive end or interior linemen or linebackers. Now they give to Westhoven. He's cut down for perhaps a yard loss in the backfield. Number 66 on the stop for Montpelier. That's Eric Luke, a 6'1", 250-pound senior.
That might have been their best defensive play against them.
I believe so, yeah. That's probably their one and only good play. That'll be 2nd down and 11. Clock running with Liberty Center at the ball at their own 45. Clock running, 8:05 to go. 2 tight ends set with Cordes, the wing over on the left. Here is the pitch to Westhoven. He's got some running room, breaks it outside, breaks another tackle across the 50 and down to the 40-yard line. 17-yard gain for Troy Westhoven. And again, Jim, the defensive end was sealed, and all the Tigers have to do is worry about blocking the smaller defensive backs, and about a 17-yard gain for Westhoven.
Yeah.
And those men in black are marching backwards. A 17-yard gain will be negated.
Spike, on a running play like that, that's just about as good as it gets for blocking, because if you get your ball carrier that far into the secondary, then it's kind of up to him one-on-one and see if he can elude the people with sometimes the angle. But, wow, the holes are there, and these guys are charging through it with reckless abandon because it's there. There's no tentative getting up to the line of scrimmage and dancing around. It's like hitting that hole hard, keeping your balance, getting ready to make the first cut, and piling on the yards.
Well, you can thank the first 10 yards of that gain that was called back to the line, but the next 7 was Westhoven's good moves. Here's the pitch to Westhoven again. Gets outside. No flag on the play. Still on his feet across the 50-yard line. Could have been a Tiger hold over here along the sidelines, but as of yet, we've seen no flag.
Yeah, how about that for eluding a tackler right there close to the line of scrimmage? He stopped and gave a little motion and got some yards.
Oh, definitely Westhoven with a lot of ability. There's just a lot of good Tiger running backs, period.
What year is Westover?
I believe Tigers with that two tight end set. Here's a double reverse to Collins, or excuse me, number 30, Cordes, from his wingback slot, coming back inside. And Jim, somebody just stayed home is the only reason it didn't work.
Yeah, sniffed out by the defense. We've had a couple plays, but boy, they need a few plays when they're down 33-8.
Well, I'll tell you what, if that guy, the Tigers had a wall over there starting to set up on that left side, and if that guy doesn't stay home, Mr. Cordes is off to at least a 30-yard gallop. But Tigers face a 4th and 8 on their own 47-yard line. Back to punt is Shaddy, gets off a high spinner. Fair catch called for. Ball loose, and it's going to be against Liberty Center, I believe. I believe there will be some interference there against catching the football.
Yeah, that's the initial signal by the referee is first down the other way, so Locomotives are going to have it. I think they didn't give him room enough to catch it.
Well, that should be the call. That's what we're going to say up here.
You know, once in a while, those fair catch signals either go up late or just kind of weak, and the coverage doesn't see it, so they go ahead and make a stop. But on that particular case, they were there trying to catch it for him, and you got to give him a yard or two.
Yep. Not sure in high school what the exact ruling is on that play, but now they're still in a huddle out there themselves. A lot of pointing and a lot of politicking. Flag picked up, still no official call. Yeah, it'll go against Liberty Center.
Interference, I think the signal was.
Generous sponsors here again. We've got Liberty Enterprises with Terry and Mary Lou Bowers. We've got Miller Brothers Trucking in Napoleon. Skip Miller, owner there. We've got Kyle Kern of KK Collision. We've got Norm Zeider with Swanton Welding. And we've got the Henry County Bank in Liberty Center. Also, we've got Davis Farm Services, Karen Davis, owner. We've got Norma Miller and B.A. Miller and Sons Trucking. We've got the Mid-Am Bank in Liberty Center. We've got Jeff Spangler with Holgate Metal Fab in Napoleon. And we've got L.R. Babcock Plumbing and Heating with Francis and Dan Brown. Also, we've got a new sponsor tonight. It's The Dugout with Steve and Catherine Parasini. And their specialty, soft serve ice cream, sandwiches, French fries. Also, we've got, for the greatest pizza in Liberty Center, Ohio, Pizzanello's Pizza, Craig and Sherry Myers. You'll be sure to visit their very fine buffet, $4.95 special, running every day, Monday through Saturday from 11 to 2, and on the hours of 4 to 8 p.m. Sunday through Thursday. Also, we've got Speece Trailer Court, Rick Speece, owner. We've got Dave Perry of Dave's Auto Service, and you might need to know the tank is back and the new pump is up. Dave going without gas for probably a year or more. And also we've got Dave's Running Shop in Delta for all your needs in athletic shoes and apparel. Our game-by-game individual sponsors, we have Rick Rhonda and Brittany Miller for their son and brother Jesse. We have Bob and Julie Shaddy for their son Rob. We've got Bill and Deb Weshy, Tom and Cindy Overmeyer for their son Scott, Mike and Diane Keller for their son Joe, John and Deb McClure for their son Matt, Rex and Kay Lindgren for their son Blake, Rob and Ruth Ann Cordes for their son Nathan, and also we have the Schwab family, Dave and Nanette, and also Abby and Andrew for their son and brother Matt.
One of the options on that penalty, Spike, is to have the punting team kick over. So with a 15-yard penalty, they're supposed to punt over, but we're going to pass it. It's going to go. It's caught by Parasini for a big gain, a first down, Tigers.
Jim, can you believe it? Well, out another page out of the Lindgren fake punt playbook. Hey, sometimes, Jim, it's like taking points off the board to, get rid of a field goal and go for 6. Montpelier made a bad decision there. They could have had the football, but instead they chose to fall prey to the cunning of Coach Rex Lindgren. That was number 7, Nick Parasini, on the catch.
It's nice to have your quarterback as your punter. It gives you a lot of options back there, and he threw a strike.
Gain of 35 yards on the play, just enough for a first down. Here is the give to Westoven. Westoven tripped up, stays on his feet. He's at the 30, at the 20, down the sideline, makes a cut, breaks a tackle, stays on his feet, and spins his way down to the 20-yard line. Jim, the Tigers out there sealed off an area there. Westhoven got to it in a hurry. He was tripped up, kept his balance. What a run by the junior.
Yeah, and then we're starting to get quite a listing of backs. The Tigers just find guys that can move the ball like that, and he shows excellent control out there and picks and steps his ways, can follow his blockers and make cutbacks. Westoven having a good night.
Back in the game now in place of Westoven is number 6, Collins. Well, Collins and Silvis in the backfield, both. Cordes, wing right, 2 tight ends. Here's a give to Collins. His burst straight ahead, good for about 5, down to the 15-yard line. Nate Zeider in the backfield from last week, and he gained 90 yards. Tigers rambled for 325 yards on 50 carries, about 6.5 a clip.
Yeah, and they had that yardage pretty evenly divided amongst 3 backs last week.
Tigers back again with a standard 2 tight end set. Cordes, wing right, Silvis and Collins in the backfield. Here's the give to Silvis, straight ahead at the 10, at the 5, cuts it across, and into the end zone. It's another Tiger touchdown. Jim, this is ruthless.
Yes, it is, and Todd Spangler made a nice block down there, and good cutback by the Collins. Was it Collins? Yeah, Collins off of his block downfield there, or Silvis rather, but Spangler, big guy, tight end, kicker, making that block downfield. We've seen a lot of that.
And that certainly has been one of the Tigers' fortes down through the last several years, is their ability to get downfield. They're so quick, they've been able to get downfield and throw that extra block.
Yeah.
And boy, that makes a difference. Now the snap. Holder, Shaddy, set is good, and that kick is low. Definitely the Tigers having a lot of trouble tonight. They lead it now, 39-8, 5:24 to go here in the third quarter, but the Tigers only able to convert just a few times here on their extra points. All right, getting set for the kickoff. Tigers with their original kickoff team in there. No, Jim, as I was saying, that's been one of the Tigers' fortes, is their ability to get downfield. The kids are so quick, and that turns a 10-yard gain all of a sudden into a 30 or 40. Now Spangler to kick. High one back to about the 8-yard line. Brought straight up the middle behind some blockers, but not much there. Good punt coverage, or kickoff coverage by Liberty Center. Montpelier will take over on their own 25-yard line. 1st and 10. Liberty Center leading 39-8 here on NCTV 5 from Napoleon, Ohio. Zach Gramling in at middle linebacker for Liberty Center. Other than that, the Tigers pretty much showing most of that starting defensive unit. Montpelier now assuming an I backfield, wing on the right side. Fumble, quarterback center exchange. Tigers say they've got it. We're going to wait for the pile to untangle, and the Tigers do have the football. Not sure. Number 67, Matt Schwab on the recovery. You know, Matt didn't do too much dancing in there. He just got up matter-of-factly and resumed his position. Now, Tigers will be bringing most of their starting unit out of there. At center will be number 70, Brad Zimbola. Under center, back in there is Scott Overmeyer. Number 22.
Brian Dotson at one guard.
Here is the give to number 3. He battles straight ahead. There's Zeider in the game as a running back. He's going to pick up about 6 on the play. Finally, hog-tied down there with a little extracurricular. Montpelier getting tired of getting shoved around inside.
Yeah. Dotson in there at one guard, Brian Dotson.
Okay, Dotson, and
Ben
we've
Mulder
got,
in there.
yep. Matt Furco seeing some action on the offense for Liberty Center as a tackle. Keller in there as a tight end over on the left. In motion, Salmi going to the left. Here's a deep pitch to Salmi. He cuts up inside, has a block. He got the 10, cuts it back inside. Boy, Jim, it looked like somebody may have had a face mask the way he got yanked around there. But down inside the 5-yard line, pick up a 13 on the play.
And he showed a nice ability to make a cut, eluding that tackle out there. So just a lot of backs the Tigers can call from. So they're deep. They're deep, and that's just a wonderful thing to have.
Well, Salmi took a pretty deep belly around that outside, took the pitch, but really quick to get up and inside the block of the leading back. Tigers with a first down and goal on the 5-yard line. Here is the give to Bear. Bear hitting the backfield and dropped, and there's a late hit. Well, no call on the play, but a loss of about 4. Montpelier's defense pinning their ears back, coming on through. 3:57 to go here in the first half. Liberty Center leading comfortably 39-8. Overmeyer back out onto the field with the play. Babcock, who last week was the quarterback, now in there as the tight end over on the right side. Salmi, wingback outside on the right side, outside of Babcock.
Second and 9.
Bear in the backfield, and there's movement. Nothing doing. Give straight ahead. Maybe gain of 2 on the play.
No flag, but it looked like there ought to have been.
Yeah, it appeared to be some movement in the Tiger backfield. Ball carrier was Zeider. Tigers with a 3rd and goal on the Montpelier 8-yard line. Zeider and Bear in the backfield. Salmi, wing left, motion right. Here's the pitch to Salmi, inside, cuts it to the 5, down inside the 5 to the 3, maybe down to the 2. Nice gain there by Salmi as he looked like he was heading outside, but cut it up inside. Gets down to the 2, it'll be 4th and goal.
Yeah, fourth down with about 2 or 3 yards to get into the end zone. So what are you going to call here, Spike?
Well, the Tigers, as much as they've struggled tonight, are going to go for the field goal. Somehow the snapper for Liberty Center appears to be Brian. Is it Brian Dotson? Well, here's the snap. It looks good. The hold's good. The kick is up. And it is good. The field goal by Thunderfoot. And that was just as perfect as all the rest of the extra points. Sailed off. And down the middle, that kick is good. And with 3.5 to go, Liberty Center leads it over Montpelier, 42-8. We've got a momentary
blackout. We lost
a little bit of power here.
Yeah, we lost the scoreboard and also the lights here in the press box. So the administration is scrambling to see what gives there. But right at about 3 minutes to go, wasn't it, Spike? And I think if there's enough lights on the field, and I think there is, they'll probably go ahead and play the game and just keep this time on the field.
Well, from our vantage point, all the field lights are intact, just some of the auxiliary lights. Of course, that includes the scoreboard. here we go. With their specialty, the $4.95 buffet. Here's the kickoff by Spangler. He drives a wobbler down to the 17, bobbled around, picked up at the 20. They try to go around the outside and finally brought down
28-yard line.
Up near the 28-yard line, number 58, Neil Carter, got him around the shoes and hung on long enough to trip him up and bring him down. Montpelier will take over.
2.5 minutes.
2:34 to go here in half number one. Also, we've got Rick Speece of Speece Trailer Court, Dave Perry of Dave's Auto Service. We've got Dave's Running Shop in Delta. We've got Liberty Enterprises and Miller Brother Trucking, owned by Skip Miller. Wide formation left, back to throw. Now he tries to go up the middle. He's met right there. Number 62, Moeller, stuck a shoulder pad and a gut and a helmet and most of his upper body and turned the quarterback almost inside out. A loss of about 4 on the play.
I think Lindgren was in there and about 2 other black shirts. Good pressure.
Well, that's just it, Jim. There's never just one Tiger unless it's way in the open field. Always a gang tackling Tigers.
Here they come.
Back to throw upfield. Almost intercepted by Jesse Miller.
Boy, number 30 on the hit on the quarterback there. He's slow to get up.
Yep, Nate Cordes from his defensive end position really peeled him. That poor kid's really going to be hurting tonight.
Yeah.
Holy mackerel.
Yeah,
2:01 to go. Yeah, he's kind of stumbling off there. Now checking into the game for Montpelier. Backup quarterback, Nick Murray. Backup running back and also backup quarterback for the Locomotives.
2 minutes flat.
Clock running now under 2 minutes. Tiger defensive backs, Parasini. Tigers getting tested here in that young backfield and brought down. Moeller and number 50, Furco, in on the stop. Jim, he didn't have a chance. He was hit before he could even turn around. Tigers pouring through that sieve for an offensive line.
Yeah, the Montpelier front must be tired, but they haven't even been on offense that long because it's usually 3 downs and out, but they didn't even score a brush block on some of these Tigers this last series.
Back to punt, the snap, it's good, and gets off a nice spiral. Coming down at the 50-yard line. Here's Parasini following a block by Miller. Breaks a tackle there. Down the sideline. He's got blockers. He's at the 20. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. And there's 6 more points. Nick Parasini with a brilliant burst to a great block over there by Jesse Miller. And then he picked up a whole cordon of blockers down that right sideline. A 50-yard return with 1:10 to go. The Liberty Center juggernaut rolls on. They lead 48-8.
And how quick those blockers downfield sensed that the play was still alive and looked for somebody to hit and did create a wall for him to maneuver through. But a nice run there by Parasini. And again, he's a back that can do a lot of things.
Yeah, he brings a lot to the table for the Tigers. Now the extra point attempt. Snap good, hold by Shaddy good. Kick is up, and it's drilled all the way to the track, and the young Bucks out there in their white jerseys battling for the ball. Liberty Center leads it now, 49-8. Jim, that was no accident. They say he missed that. Boy, my mistake. He knocked it all the way into next week, but no good. Well, nevertheless, Jim, that was no accident that Liberty Center was able to return that ball down the sideline. I mean, they had that return all set up. You just don't get about 4 people out there to set up that wall by accident. Another piece of great Tiger coaching.
Yeah, I'm sure they practice that. And, you know, if there's one thing the Tigers need to work on, and there's not too many spots that would appear to need polish, but our conversion after touchdown is a little bit sorry right now. Can't say just what it is, but I'm sure that'll be one of the things they will work on. But how do you find fault with 48-8 with a minute to go in halftime? And we've had a lot of substitutes get a lot of action in, which is just excellent for the second game of the season and the Tiger home opener.
Yeah, that's right. All the parents pleased tonight. A lot of boys getting in there. Well, here's the standard small kickoff team, small but quick, and watch the coverage here. End over end kick taken on the 11. Downfield first. Hit there by number 58 was first man in there, Neil Carter, but several Tigers converged, and they hold Montpelier outside the 30-yard line. Tackle and stop made on the 28. Minute 5 to go. Now into the ball game for Liberty Center. McClure in there as a defensive back, also Salme and Nate Bear. Out here at defensive end, number 70, Brad Simbola. Number 65, the tackle, Kyle Leatherman on that side. Number 72, well, we don't have the number for that in there at nose tackle. A little slip pass out there, caught, comes back up the middle, peeled there by one man, breaks a tackle, still on his feet. And Jim, after about 40 yards of running, picks up 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd down and 7 to go. Well, lacking just a few of the numbers here on the program. Simbola from his right defensive end position came all the way back across and made that tackle over on the left hash, or the right hash mark. Here's the give straight ahead. Not much there. Tigers closing in fast. It's at left side of the Tiger defensive line in on the stop. Clock running at 14. Now the officials signal for a timeout. And we do have a flag on the play. We'll wait to sort that out. That'll be against the Liberty Center.
Not many penalties, though, Spike. This has been a pretty clean, hard-fought game, but Montpelier Locomotive just way overmatched here tonight against these Tigers.
Well, the Tigers did pick up a few in the first half for procedure. We've got a face mask against Liberty Center on the tackle. But, you know, in that offensive onslaught, they kind of got lost in the shuffle there, the couple they did have. Well, that'll be a major penalty. That'll push the ball all the way up close to midfield. Montpelier will have the ball on their own 48. 14 seconds to go, so if Montpelier here probably going to be forced to throw the ball downfield. Now the clock running. This will probably be their last play. Down to 8 seconds now. Wide out wide on either side. Here's the deep pitch. Around the right side, around the left side. Pursuit out there. Finally brought down by Nate Bear. Down inside the 40 to the 37. And if nothing else, Jim, Montpelier just padded their meager offensive stats a little. But at the end of the first half, it's Liberty Center 48, Montpelier 8. And the game is going just as you may think it is, according to the scoreboard. Total Tiger domination, especially on that offensive line. A few stats here from half number 1 here on NCTV 5. This is halftime of the Liberty Center Montpelier game, Liberty Center's opening home game. Liberty leads it 48-8. For Liberty Center, rushing team has 326 yards rushing and 34 in the air. Silvas with 161 yards for Liberty. Collins 103. Westhoven 37. And Salmi 20. Nathan Baer leads Liberty Center in tackles with 7. Now set for the kickoff. Spangler, high end over end, that heads for the sideline, down in the corner, stays in bounds at the 5, tries to return it back up the middle, slips through, but brought down in the open field by none other than 22, Nate Baer. Now with 8, definitely the leading tackler tonight for Liberty Center. Montpelier will open with a first down here in the second half with the ball on their own 14-yard line.
Spike Southmore, Nate Baer really making a name for himself as a tackler. As you say, he's racking up quite a score, but boy, Locomotives have had a long time to think about what would work, and as I try to think what they could do to maybe improve their lot offensively, I think, well, they've got to pass, but how do you pass when the pressure is just so great? There they tried a little pass right from scrimmage, sent out a lot of receivers and just a little short pass in the flat, but pass wasn't there again because of the intense pressure, and so where do you go from here?
Well, Jim, I don't think you do. Montpelier tried to set up a screen pass, and it worked to some extent, except the with Lindgren and Spangler both in on top of the quarterback. He had to lob it so high that the intended receiver just couldn't quite get a grip on it. Second down and 10 from their own 14, 11:51 to go at the start of the third quarter. Here is the give to the first back inside, maybe a yard on the play. That'll bring up third down and 9 on their own 15-yard line. Jim, there just is no running against Liberty Center's inside. Absolutely nothing there.
You know, it's real early in the season, but I guess as I think toward awards at the end of the season, you talk about your all-league selection. I mean, just give it to the Tigers all across the line, both offensively and defensively. We've got a lot of games to play, but, I mean, these Tigers can play.
2 wideouts to the right, back to throw. He's got a man open. It's caught. Short of a first down. Good open field tackle by Joe Keller. And incidentally stopped him short of a first down. Joe made a nice play there, Jim. He was made a sure-handed tackle. And if he would have struggled at all, he definitely would have had yardage for a first down. So Montpelier faced with a 4th and 2. And I imagine they'll be in punt. Yes, they are in punt formation. But at this point in the game, who knows? They've got 2 wideouts to the right. Yep, back, the punt. Short, wobbly punt. It's going to come down at midfield. Parasini picks it up back at his 38-yard line, heads for the sideline. No room there at all. Parasini shoved out of bounds at his own 43. A return of about 5 yards on the play. So with 10:26 to go here in quarter number 3, Liberty Center leading 48-8.
Yeah, and as we look at the first team offense coming out here, or at least appears to be the starters coming back, their time in this game is probably pretty limited, so we'll probably look for some real crisp execution here. It's been remarked that we'd like to see our passing game a little bit. We've got to develop some smoothness in that, so maybe they'll pass for a while, Spike.
T formation in the backfield. Give to Silvas the last back through. He breaks a tackle across the 50-yard line. Gain of about 8 on the play. Tigers with a good surge over on that left side, following the blocks of Moeller. And the tackle over there, I believe was Box on that left side. Yeah, Box, the tackle on the left, along with Moeller, the guard. Lindgren, center. Overmeyer, the quarterback, under center. Straight T backfield, give to Cordes coming the other way, and a burst forward of about 9 yards on the play. That'll be a Tiger first down inside the 40-yard line of Montpelier. No, the spot is at the 40. And a Tiger first down there, 9:44 to go here in quarter number 3.
You know, the Tigers are so successful rushing the football, I guess, people would wonder, well, why would they pass? Well, I would say pass just to make sure that that facet of the game is smooth and and can be done when called upon.
Tigers sticking with the 2 tight end set. T formation in the backfield. Here's give to Silvas off that left side. Burst ahead for about 6 on the play. Again, following the blocks of Lindgren at center, Moeller at guard, and Box the tackle. Also on that side, number 82, Todd Spangler. Right side of the offensive line, number 59, Jesse Miller, guard, and number 67, Matt Schwab, the tackle. Tight end on this side, number 26, Ryan Strayer. Here's the give straight ahead to Collins. Collins burst ahead. He's very close to first down yardage. See where the spot of the ball is. It appears just to be about a half a yard short. Gain of 4 on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 1. Well, we've got some fans wanting Liberty to throw the football, but Jim, sometimes you just don't want to show the other team up, even though you might want to do some things. But with your first team in there, well, give to Silvas, following a block. He stays on his feet. He was hitting the backfield by number 66, Luke Eric. But to no avail, Silvas still had enough power and strength to stay on his feet for a 2-yard gain and another Tiger first down.
Yep, Tigers are a perfect example of excellent execution. You guys watching the ball game, just watch how that line fires out and completes its responsibility, and further even looks for somebody to hit as a secondary target.
Here is the give to Cordes. Cordes, following the block of Silvas and Collins, gets up inside the line. Behind Jesse Miller, down to about the 25. We'll call it a gain of 3 yards on the play. Be 2nd down and 7 on the 26-yard line. Checking into the game for Liberty Center, number 50, Matt Furco. In there for Strayer at tight end on this right side. Tigers sticking with that same T formation backfield. Now the give to Silvas. Silvas spun around and finally brought down close to the 20. We're going to call it maybe the 21. Gain of 4 on the play. It will bring up 3rd down and a short 3. Overmeyer still in there under center as quarterback for the Tigers. Here is the pitch to Silvas. Around the left side, breaks a tackle, cuts to the middle. He's down inside the 10 to the 5 and finally brought down. Liberty Center relentless with the ball movement downfield. Now with a 1st and goal inside the 5-yard line. Gain of 13 yards on the play for Silvas. Jim, Silvas is going to have to be approaching 200-yard gain for the Tigers.
Oh, he's having a career night here, right here in front of the home crowd, the season opener, just looking fine as he carries that ball.
Here's the give to Silvas again off that left side. Behind Moeller and Box, down inside the 5 to about the 4, we'll call it. 2nd and goal on the 4-yard line for Liberty Center. Liberty Center, nothing fancy, just running some good power football here.
No, and they have to get very comfortable in making those blocks and doing that execution, Spike. So this has a purpose.
Right. Practice, 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 but it takes game night to really tighten things up. Here's a pitch to Silvas going wide. He breaks the tackle, spins off another one, but nowhere to go as he is hemmed in, brought down near the line of scrimmage. We're going to give him a yard on the play. Ball spotted inside the 4-yard line at about the 3.5. Third and goal on about the 3.5-yard line for the Tigers. Cordes on the left, Silvas on the right, Collins in the center of the T formation. Two tight ends, give straight ahead. And in for the touchdown, Silvas. Tigers were not to be denied, Jim. A long ground out drive taking up almost 7 minutes of that first quarter clock. And the Tigers now lead it 54-8. And like you said earlier, the only problem tonight has been on the point after touchdown. Miller in there to snap for Liberty Center. Jesse Miller, 59. Snap back, good snap. The hold is up, and that kick is drilled. It is good. Spangler drives it through, and Liberty Center leads it convincingly, 55-8. Here with 5 minutes and 16 seconds left in the third quarter.
Practice on the execution with throwing the football, but still they haven't had an awful lot of practice and work on pure execution of a sustained drive, and that used a lot of clock. Just gave offense plenty of work in what they're supposed to be doing. So Tigers just are doing what they set out to do tonight.
We'll try to catch some of our sponsors here quickly. We've got L.R. Babcock Plumbing and Heating in Napoleon with Dan and Francis Brown. Holgate Metal Fab with Jeff Spangler. The Mid-Am Bank. We've got B.A. Miller and Sons Trucking. And also Davis Farm Services in Liberty Center. We've got the Henry County Bank, Swanton Welding, run by Norm Zeider. And the kick by Spangler, driven straight down the middle of the field, down to about the 3-yard line. Taken there, Salmi in there, slows him down out, breaks outside and belted right there. Parasini, kawoom! KK Collision, operated by Kyle Kern. Miller Brothers Trucking, Skip Miller. And Liberty Enterprises with Terry and Mary Lou Bowers. Also, Dave's Running Shop in Delta. Dave Perry with Dave's Auto Service. Rick Speece of Speece Trailer Court. Craig and Sherry Myers, owners of Pizzanello's Pizza with that super $4.95 buffet, 11 to 2 during the day, Monday through Saturday, and also 4 to 8 p.m. Sunday through Thursday. And last but not least, The Dugout with Steve and Catherine Parasini. Back to throw, quick pass over on the side, lines, and the great open field tackle by Keller. Second one tonight.
That's a particularly nice tackle over there, because if the pass receiver breaks that tackle, he's got a lot of open field. So a good, sure-handed tackle. I mean, they know when they're out there that it is up to them, and he's done her before and shows he deserves to play that spot.
Well, and it's good that Montpelier's not afraid to put the football up, because certainly these kids need the testing. You know, they're fresh this year. Montpelier drops back to throw again, upfield, and is it? No, almost intercepted by Zeider. Tips it away, falls to the ground. Great interception move by Zeider as he stepped in front of the intended receiver. Nice read there by Nate. 4:26 to go in quarter number 3. Montpelier facing a 3rd and 9 on their own 20. Keller comes off. Replaced over there on that cornerback spot by number 33, Salmi. Now the Tigers defense shifts over to the wide side of the field. Two wideouts there, back to throw. He's hit, ball loose. They may rule that an incomplete pass, but we're going to wait and see. No, they're going to rule it a fumble. No, they're going to rule that possible intended pass a fumble, and the Tigers recovered. Not sure who got that. Kane Myers, number 71. Yeah, Jim, someone down for Montpelier. Not sure from here who it is.
Number 6, the quarterback there, Tom. If that happens to be the quarterback, you can sympathize with that fellow. He's not a really big guy, and he's a gamer back there, but man, has he had pressure all night. He'll drop back to pass that ball and just barely timed to blink twice, and here comes the heat. 55-8, Liberty Center with 4:19 in the third quarter.
Okay, set for live action again. Tigers with the football after that long injury delay. Here's a deep pitch to Silvas around that left side. His burst down inside the 5-yard line from the 12, 7-yard gain for the Tigers. That'll bring up second down and about 3, the ball on the 5-yard line. Quarterback for Montpelier, Derek Lemon, a junior, down for a long time, but he finally got back up and off the field, and he's okay. And the Tigers, after the fumble, take over possession. 2nd and 3 on the 5. Here is the handoff around that side. It appears to be Silvas, the ball carrier, gain of a yard. It will be 3rd and a long 1. Ball resting on about the 4. Tigers with the second unit in there. Simbola under Simbola the center. Shaddy the quarterback. Salmi, wing back on the right side. Westhoven and Silvas in the backfield. Deep pitch to Silvas. Cuts it back up inside, and he's in for the touchdown. 4 yards out. Brett Silvas scores again, and Liberty Center now leading 61-8. 2:57 to go here in quarter number 3.
Tigers putting on a lot of points here tonight, Spike. This is an awesome offensive display by the Tigers. The line play has just been absolutely exceptional. It was last week, and they're just picking up and building on that. The Montpelier Locomotives are going to miss their quarterback. He was a gamer and one of the bright spots on their team, but and the kick is good, so Tigers add the extra point, and that's a good plan because that has been a shaky play for them tonight. But 62-8 with just under 3 minutes to play in the third quarter.
Spangler set to kick with the Tigers Speed Merchant kickoff team in there. Ball angles toward the sideline and rolls out of bounds down around the 8. Been a few kinks in it, and there have been a few kinks in the legs and a few creaks in the knees.
Yeah, that highway patrolman probably needs to keep his rehab program going strong so that he can handle that the way it ought to be. But they'll get there. I know they will.
Give straight up the middle, stopped right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. That Tiger second unit in there doing a nice job. Montpelier at this time still sticking predominantly with their starters. Few new faces, but not very many. That same offensive line still in there. Of course, actually, Jim, they shouldn't be too tired. They haven't been out on the field that much tonight.
We got the same quarterback back, don't we? Or no, that's number 5, not number 6.
Yeah, that's their backup. Here is little bootleg option there, and that may have gone for perhaps a yard, but Too many tough Tigers holding their ground, staying home, and just nothing there. They didn't stay with that first option, giving it, or the fake give up the middle. And Montpelier facing a 3rd down and 9. Game still in the 3rd quarter, clock running with 1:50 to go.
Leatherman at right tackle.
Here is the pitch outside. Great burst of speed from number 3, Nate Zeider. Nate Zeider stopped the gain. Jim, that was wide open. He had some running room, and normally he would have had enough speed to get outside, but Zeider from his linebacker position ran him down for no gain. It'll bring up 4th down for the Locomotives.
Yeah, that's lateral pursuit, just the way you like to see it. He drew a beat on that ball carrier and just plain drilled him.
Tigers back in punt return formation. Number 22, Nathan Bear, back on his own 35. The snap, the kick, and that shanks off his foot. That goes nowhere. The end result is about a 9-yard punt for Montpelier. Liberty Center will take over on Montpelier's 44-yard line.
Babcock's out there. Yeah, Babcock's going to quarterback. He deserves it after last week. No, yeah. No, Shaddy.
Shaddy still in at quarterback. Salmi, wing back on the right, 2 tight ends set. Here is the give to Bear, number 22. He's going to pick up about a 4-yard gain down to the 40-yard line. Clock running with 52 seconds here in the 3rd quarter. Liberty Center will have a 2nd down and 6 on Montpelier's 40.
Yeah, Bear is a sophomore, really showing versatility tonight.
Yeah, he's a fine athlete. He's a scrapper. Symbol at center, Neil Carter, the guard on the left side. Zach Gramling, the tackle on that side. Here's a deep pitch to Salmi. Tries to get outside, breaks a tackle, a nice spin, gets it inside the 40, down to the 36-yard line. Jim, a nice piece of movery there. He cut between 2 would-be tacklers, and instead of a 4-yard loss, picks up about 4 on the play.
Yeah, Dustin Salmi, tough sophomore.
Yeah, all of 130 pounds. Okay, here we go. Set for quarter number 4. Shaddy, the quarterback, deep pitch over there to number 3, Nate Zeider. Still on his feet. He broke about 4 tackles over there at the line of scrimmage along the sideline. And Nate Bear, ball player named Desire, rambles ahead for about 13 yards. It'll be a Tiger 1st down inside the 25 on about the Montpelier 23-yard line.
A nice push by that offensive line on that right side, and guys the likes of Matt Furco making blocks down there way late in the secondary, but that's what helps make these running plays go.
Yeah, it appeared that Zeider was stopped dead in his tracks, but he broke through. Fumble. Shaddy has to eat it. No, Myers in there at quarterback for Liberty Center. I'm not sure where the problem was on the exchange.
Out there with a cast on his wrist.
Yeah, Myers with that broken arm in the preseason, now back. Probably see some limited action. Clock running with the 11 minutes, just over 11 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter. Tigers show that wing right formation. Here is the give to the 1st back through Zeider, and he goes nowhere.
Loss of 2 there. Big 66 on the play again for Montpelier.
Yeah. Also in there, number 78, Josh Shoup, 6'9". Well, you know, you can say Liberty perhaps run the score up, but you know, Liberty's got some mixture of between 2nd and 3rd teams in there, and Montpelier still going with that number 1 defense. So these kids are really faced with a battle now. They're pretty much overmatched size-wise, but certainly not in heart. Third down and about 14 for Liberty Center on the 28. Myers just gets rid of it. It appears to Nathan Bear. They might have got a couple of yards back, but that's going to bring up fourth down. Montpelier's huge size advantage showing there as they poured through the Tigers' offensive line.
Like we're going to go for it at this stage to get some work for this unit, Spike.
Yep. Tigers coming out with the wing left formation, 2 tight ends. Now Salmi in motion going right. The give straight ahead to Zeider. Zeider with not much running room, picks up a couple, but Liberty Center turns it over on downs to Montpelier with 9.5 minutes to go here in the ball game.
They're just working on getting everybody some action, and as you said, they've gone down into the third team ranks to fill out the lineup now, and that's just good Tiger thinking there.
Here is the give outside, knocked down, stays on his feet. Finally, double teamed over there. Nate Bear and also Nate Zeider over on the hit. Into the game, Ben Mold, defensive end over there on this side. Montpelier showing 2 wideouts to this side. Here's the option around the left side. Quarterback cuts it up, and he meets head on there.
Kyle Leatherman in on a tackle, number 65.
Number 65, Leatherman. Zeider over there in the midst of that as usual. Second down and 5 for Montpelier. 8:45 to go, clock running. Liberty Center definitely has it in cruise control now. Give straight ahead and stopped over there by number 58, Neil Carter, and also Zach Gramling on the play. You're moving the ball a little bit now. Down and a long yard. Ball on their own 46-yard line.
79 in the game, don't know who he is.
No, numbers don't extend that high for the Tigers. See if we can work on that here.
Smith coming out of the game, number 78.
Run that same option play. Quarterback turns it up. He's going to be close, but I believe a little bit short. That'll bring up fourth down.
58 on the shoestring there.
Again, number 58, Neil Carter. Neil making a big show here in this second half for Liberty Center. Dustin O'Mary into the backfield now for Liberty Center, the defensive backfield.
Coming in to relieve Salm.
7:25, a clock running, fourth and a yard for the Montpelier Locomotives. Gives straight ahead to the first back through, and he's got first down yardage at midfield. Montpelier picking up one of their few first downs tonight. Ball rests on the Liberty Center 49-yard line.
Carter had a piece of him but needed help, and as a result got enough yardage to move the sticks. So Montpelier has a little bit of a drive going here, Spike, but boy, their bright spots have been very few for the Locos tonight.
Here's kind of an inside reverse, something a little bit like Liberty Center's. Well, no, there was only one exchange, but good for about 6 on the play. Montpelier now starting to grind the ball out. Well, this is fine too, Jim. It keeps the clock running, and we'll get this minor fiasco over with just ASAP.
Yep. Brian Dotson now entering the game, number 53 for the Tigers.
Montpelier staying with that wing right, wide right. Here's the option, the deep pitch, caught out there, gets around the outside, breaks the tackle, down the sideline, one man left, hit, and it's number 88. We don't have a number on him, but number 88 brings him down for the stop.
Saved the touchdown.
Yeah, saved the touchdown, a burst from about 45 yards. Yeah. Montpelier knocking on the Tiger door. They got a 1st and goal on the 4-yard line. Give straight ahead. Pickup of a yard perhaps on the play.
64, Lucas Bodenbender there to meet him.
Yeah, Lucas Bodenbender, a sophomore.
And others.
Yep. And I'm just guessing that you're going to hear a lot from Lucas Bodenbender in the next couple of years to come. He's in his sophomore year now, but he'll be a fine football player, I've got a feeling. Montpelier now with a wide out to either side. I formation in the backfield. Give to the second back through. He bulls his way forward, and he's in for the score. And with 5.5 minutes to go here in the 4th quarter, Montpelier finally gets into the pay dirt for 2nd time. They trail Liberty Center 62-14. We'll mention our individual sponsors for these games. Right now we have Rick and Rhonda plus sister Brittany Miller for the son Jesse. We have Bob and Julie Shaddy for their son Rob. Here's a roll out right. 2-point attempt on the conversion. Heads for the end zone, and he's in the corner. Montpelier scores. 62. They trail 62-16. Running down the rest of that list, we've got Bill and Deb Wesche. We've got Tom and Cindy Overmeyer for their son Scott. We've got Mike and Diane Keller for their son Joe. John and Deb McClure for their son Matt. Rex and Kay Lindgren for their son Blake. Bob and Ruth Ann Cordes for their son Nathan. And also the Schwab family, Dave, Nanette, and then Abby and Andrew for their son and brother Matt. And we certainly don't want to leave out the Grand Exalted Order of Porch Coaches, the Thursday night chapter, this particular one located in Liberty Center. That being made up of the robust group of Dave Silvis, Tom Overmeyer, Jeff Spangler, Chris Zacharias, Rick Miller, Mike Mann, Bob Shaddy, Dan Brown, and Jim Wise. I also understand there are a few at-large members, but at this point they remain anonymous. Montpelier set to kick off. Back deep for Liberty Center will be Parasini and Westhoven. Liberty Center looking for the possibility of an onside kick. Now they shift over as Montpelier shifts. End over end kick taken on the 10 by Parasini. Coming up the field, follows the block by Westhoven, splits a seam, he's at the 40, puts on a move, gets outside, finally brought down at the 45-yard line. Parasini with a brilliant 35-yard return. Jim, he was one man away from pay dirt there.
Oh, and he's got the moves. Nick Parasini, you got to love that kid. We got him as a junior in our program, so he's got a lot of football to play, but really a smart runner. So Tigers with 5 minutes and 26 seconds to go. Southmore Tim Myers going to direct traffic here, and it's a mixed group of Tigers on the offense, but also very important to get everybody a little experience under game conditions here.
Under center Myers, Tigers with the ball at their own 45-yard line. 5:26 to go. Salmi in motion coming to the left. Salmi cuts it back inside, breaks a tackle, gets outside, across the 50 and down to the 45. Another nice piece of running by the shifty sophomore Dustin Salmi.
Watching practice, and now they're out here moving people themselves. They decide, hey, this is fun.
Tigers with that standard two tight end set wing right. Give to the first back through. That's Zeider. Zeider trying to stay on his feet. Puts his hand down, picks up a couple of more yards with the balance, and gets down inside the 40 to the 37. Eight-yard gain for Zeider. Tigers' offensive stats continue to be piled up. Jim, they had 300 and almost 370 yards at halftime. Now, I don't see any reason that they're not going to be up there close to 550 or even 600 before this is over.
Yeah.
Tigers still with that two tight end set. Myers giving the ball straight ahead
Right there.
and met for no gain
22 on the carry there.
off the field. Montpelier finally making some changes up on that defensive line. Myers sprints out, give to Bear. Bear breaks the tackle. He's down to the 30-yard line. A gain of about 9 on the play, we'll call it. 1st and 10 for Liberty Center on Montpelier's 30.
Really making their presence felt here, Spike.
Tigers staying in that same formation. Give to Bear up the middle. Maybe a yard gain, and that's about it. But the clock keeps ticking, and that's what everybody's looking for. Now Salmi, the wing back over on the left side, outside the tight end. Here is the give to Zeider. Zeider across the 30 and snowed under. No gain on the play. It'll be 3rd down and 9. Now Salmi in motion to the left. Here's the give straight ahead to Zeider. He breaks a tackle, stays on his feet, down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line. Now the Tigers will come out in that same wing right set with two tight ends. Howell, the tight end on the right. And 84, not sure that what that number is on the left. Here's Salmi in motion. Here's the deep pitch to Salmi. Gets a great block. He's got a shot at it. Inside the 20, down to the 15, and a Tiger 1st down. Great job there by the combination 2nd and 3rd unit. And I believe now, Jim, we may have the freshman in there. Under center for the freshman, number 12, be John Collins. Collins gives straight ahead to Bear. Bear going forward for about 2 yards on the play. Clock running, 1:09 to go.
Yeah, Jeremy Barnes in there as a tackle, number 63. They're playing football against Montpelier in a varsity game here at the Tiger home opener. Happy day.
Ryan Sonnenberg, number 11, tight end on the left. Here's a deep pitch outside, number 23, cuts it up, breaks a tackle, down inside the 10-yard line to the 8. What was the number of that ball carrier, Jim? That was 23. Get the number on that. Todd Moeller, star lineman for Liberty Center. Well, the Tigers hurry. They can get one more playoff. Ball resting on the 8-yard line.
Oh, that Kevin Moeller's a whale of an athlete. He threw the shot put further than anybody in the state this year in this last spring as a junior high. So he's got quite a physique, and he's going to make an impact on Tiger football as the years unfold.
Well, the Tigers mercifully let the clock run out rather than try to squeeze off one more play. And your final score here from Liberty Center in their home opener. Tonight on NCTV 5, it's Liberty Center blasting Montpelier by the whopping